Hello everybody and welcome back on my channel. My name is Alex and today I'm gonna show you how to make this easy and simple assembly. I'm gonna call it Pulley Sport. I found some drawings on the internet and I decided to make a tutorial for them how you can use SolidWorks to actually make them. So let's get right into business. First we'll start with the base and we'll have to open a new part. Select here part and OK. We can make this using sheet metal commands, or we can make them using extruded boss base command. Usually, and I think the right way is to use sheet metal commands because it's very thin. It has 5 millimeters the thickness, so it's basically a sheet metal. But let me show you how you can insert the sheet metal commands, how you can actually access them. You have to go to this arrow to go to insert, and here you'll find sheet metal. Okay, so how you can actually make a sketch in the sheet metal and how you can make it be a sheet metal, this part. First we'll have to make this plane white so we can see it better. We'll open a sketch in the top plane and here we'll have to make the sketch for this base, which will be a rectangle, center rectangle. We'll have to make two more center lines which will help us to use mirror entities command. And now we'll have to define this. First with smart dimension we'll give here a dimension which will be 40 millimeters, and then this one here will have 115. Okay, and now we'll have to make one circle. This one will have the diameter 5 millimeters. And now from this point to this edge here will be 25. And from this center point to this edge here will be 10. This is the whole sketch, and I'll have to make 3 more of this in all of these corners. To do this we'll use mirror entities command. We'll select this circle, and at mirror about here on the left we'll select this center line first, press here OK, and then use mirror entities command again, select these two circles, and then at mirror about this center line, press here OK. Now the sketch is ready. If you want to use sheet metal, go to this arrow, go here to insert sheet metal and select here base flange. This window will pop up right here. We'll not be changing anything here because we have no information about this in the drawing, so we're gonna leave it like this. We will only change here the thickness. If you have it 10, change it to 5 and press here OK. You'll have your base, and this is the base. Or you can use extruded boss base command. You'll have to make the same sketch and just use extruded boss base command instead of base flange. It's basically the same thing. Okay, now we'll have to save it, so we'll go to file, or we go here, click on this arrow, save as. I made a special folder, so this will be base. And I'll have to make the next part. The next part will be the support. The support will be the same. We first will have to open a new part, select here part, press here OK, make this plain white, and for the support we'll open a sketch in the front plane. This time I'm gonna use extruded boss base command. So let's make this sketch using line, and let's start by defining this. This will have 5 millimeters. The thickness is the same, it's also sheet metal. This actually, let's make this, let's select these two lines and make them equal. This will make the sketch not very full with dimensions if you are doing this. So make these two also equal, make this one horizontal. Okay, and now we'll have to give another dimension. So this line right here, this edge will have 40 millimeters. And now everything is finished. Go to features, or we have one more fillet to add to this edge. We can add it right now in the sketch, or we can add it later from here, from features, and we can see here fillet. Let's do it right now. Click on this one, fillet. We'll have to select this point. We can see here the preview. We'll have to change here the radius, so the radius will be 6.25 millimeters. And press here OK, and now we have the fillet. Okay, one more time, go to features and use extruded boss base command. And here at direction we'll select here mid plane, and the dimension will be also 40 millimeters. So write that 40 and press here OK. Now we have our support, and now we'll have to make a hole on this face and two more on this other face. First we'll make one on this face, so select this face, open a sketch. Here we'll make a circle. This will be for the shoulder screw, and make a circle. Now we'll have to select this center point with this one and make them vertical. And now with smart dimension, let's give a diameter. The diameter for this one will be 10, and the dimension from this center point to this edge here will be 15. And now this is fully defined. Let's go to features and let's use extruded cut. Here instead of blind we'll select true all. Press OK. Now we have our first hole. Let's select this face now and make the other two. To do this we'll have to use a center line, because we'll use mirror entities command again. It's faster like this. And let's make a circle. This circle will have the diameter. The diameter will be 5 millimeters, and the dimension from this point to this one will be 10, and from this one to this edge here will be 15. This is good, and now we'll have to use mirror entities command to mirror this, and at mirror about select this center line. Press here OK, and now go to features and use extruded cut. Here we'll keep true all and press here OK. Now we have our support. We'll need two of them, but we're gonna multiply this one in the assembly mode. Now let's save it, save as, and here will be support. That's how I am naming it. It's not necessarily the name of this part. I haven't made these designs. I found them on the internet and I decided to make a tutorial about them. So yeah. Now let's get on the next one. Let's open a new part. And now we'll make the pulley. Let's make this plane white, and we'll open a sketch in the front plane. And here we'll make a center line. Make it horizontal, and now we'll have to select line to make the sketch. We'll start from this point, make a sketch just like this, and back to this. And now we'll have to make another center line, which will start from this point going vertical. Let's make this vertical. Oh, okay. Make these two, select this point with this center line and select here coincident. Do the same for this one to make sure that it's in the middle, because we'll have to use mirror to mirror this on this other side. Select mirror, select all these lines, they should appear here on the left, and select mirror about this center line. Press OK, and now we have our profile for our pulley. Now let's define this. We'll start with smart dimension. First, from this line to this center line, if you go with the dimension above the center line, you'll have to use the radius, which will be half of the dimension you see on the drawing, because there is the diameter. If you go with the dimension below the center line, you'll have to use the diameter. So we'll go below and we'll use the diameter. The first diameter will be 6.25 millimeters, of course. And then the next one will be 10. And then the next one will be 33. And then the next one will be 40. And don't worry if this is happening, because when we put all the dimensions, everything will come together. Now the dimension between these 2 points, here will be 8. Okay, the dimension between these 2 lines, here will be 15. The dimension between these 2 lines, here will be 5. The angle between these two will be 90 degrees. And everything is almost done. Now select this line and this one and make them collinear. And now as we can see, everything is black, which means that it's fully defined and it's ready to go. Go to features and use revolve with boss base command, and here we'll select this center line as axis of revolution and press here OK. Now our pulley is done. Let's go to save it, save as. This will be pulley, and I'll have to move to the next part. The next part will be the shoulder screw, and let's open a new part. Okay, and now I'll have to make it also plain white. Actually, I am making it every time plain white. I can see it better like this. If you don't want it, you can leave it like that. It's no problem at all. Now I'll have to open a sketch in the front plane. And here select line, and we'll make just a simple sketch like this for this shoulder screw. Now I'll have to define this, and we'll use revolve with boss base command to revolve it around this line. Let's select smart dimension. This one will have 4 millimeters. This one will have 6. And this one will have 27. Okay, and now let's give some diameters. Here we cannot use the thing with going above and below this line, because this is not a center line. We can try to make it a center line and use the diameter, but if you cannot make it, just use half of the diameter, half of the dimension you see there, and you'll use the radius. Let's try from this line to this center line. Yes, that's working. So you need a center line to be able to use this dimension like this, the diameter. Okay, and here will be 10. Here will be 6.25. If you cannot put 6.25, for example, you want to use the radius, you can use 6.25 divided by 2. It's working. The SolidWorks will do the math for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, here will be 4. And now this is fully defined. Let's go to features, use revolve with boss base command. And now since we have this center line, it's automatically selected here, so we don't have to select it. Press here OK. And now this should be it. This is the shoulder screw. Let's save it. Save as. I'm gonna put screw, save. And now let's go to the next part. We'll have to open a new part, and I will make this again plain white, and let's open a new sketch in the front plane. This time we'll make the bolt. This bolt we can make it in 2 ways. First way is to make a sketch similar to the one before. And at the end we'll have to cut a little bit of the head of it, because it will be round and we'll need it to be like a polygon, you know, shape as a bolt. Okay, let's use Smart Dimension to fully define this. So it's the same thing. This time I will not be making this, just to show you. Here is the diameter is 10, so we'll be using 5 millimeters. We'll use the radius. For this one, the diameter will be 5, so will be 2.5. Let's put it 5 divided by 2. As we can see, is 2.5. And now here will be 4. And here will be 9. Now we'll go to features and we'll use revolve with boss base command. And since we don't have a center line here anymore, we'll have to select this line and will appear here as selected, and the sketch will revolve around this line. Press OK. And now as we can see, the head of this bolt is round and we'll have to make it a polygon. We'll have to open a sketch on this face to do that. And we'll have to select from here polygon and just make one like this. Then we'll select this center point with this point and we'll select here make vertical. This point with this edge should coincide. And now we'll have to make one extra circle. Select circle. Should be bigger than this edge because we want to cut all of this extra material out of here. It doesn't matter the dimension, but just to make it fully defined, I will make it 12. And now go to features, use extruded cut, and here instead of through all, we'll select up to next this time and press here OK. And now we have the head for our bolt. On the drawing, it seems that it has a little chamfer, and if we are using this kind of chamfer from here, the edges will not look very good. First select here preview, full preview if it's no preview, so you can see the preview. And since the dimension here is too big, it's no preview, but we'll change it. Let's make it 0.5 and we can see the preview. It's not looking very nice, but we'll make one by ourselves. So let's click here and now let's find this right plane, open a sketch, and here we'll make a center line. We're gonna use revolved cut around it. And now let's make this sketch. If you want to stick with the chamfer that we did before, it's no problem at all. But this one looks a little bit better. So we'll make a sketch like this. And now with Smart Dimension we'll have to define this. The angle between them will be 45 degrees. I actually got it pretty right. And now from this to this edge here we'll use 1. From this to this edge here we'll use 2. And from this one to this one here we'll use 2.5. This should be pretty good. If it's not good, we can play around with this dimension here and we'll move this a little bit outside or inside. Now go to features, use revolved cut, and we can see the preview, and keep this like they are and press here OK. Now this seems a little bit too much, so we can change it. Go here, go to sketch, select here edit sketch, and just I said we can change this dimension. Let's make it 3, and this should be a little bit better, and press here OK, exit sketch. This is definitely better. Now this is the bolt. Let's go ahead and save it. Save as. This is bolt. And now let's make the next part. Open a new one. Part. OK. Plain white. Open a new sketch, this time in the top plane. And here we'll make the nut. The nut will be very easy. We'll have to select directly polygon. We'll make one. I like to make it like this, make these two vertical. And now with smart dimension, we'll have to give a dimension between these two. Here will be 10. That's good. Now it's fully defined. Let's make a circle which will be the hole for the shoulder screw to go inside. This hole will have the diameter 4 millimeters. That's perfect. Now go to features, use extruded boss base command, and here the thickness will be 5. Now we can keep here mid plane, it doesn't matter. Press OK. Now we'll have to do the same thing as we did to the bolt. We'll make a little chamfer, or just to see how it's looking, let's use this other one. Let's use chamfer, select all of these edges. Don't select the face, because if you select the face it will select also this edge inside here, or you can select the face but then unselect this edge. Full preview, and here let's make it like 0.5 or in between 0.5 and 1, otherwise it will look pretty bad. Let's make it 0.7. I don't know some specific dimensions for this, so but the angle is 45. We'll keep this one like this. If you like it like this, you can keep it like this. I don't know the right way to do it, but it's looking way more natural like we did it to the bolt, so yeah. This is it. Let's save it. Save as. This will be the nut. And now let's get to the last two parts. Let's open a new one. This one will be the bushing, will be very easy, just a simple cylinder. Open a sketch in the top plane. Here make 2 circles. Let's define them. This one will have 10 millimeters in diameter, and the smaller one will have 6.25. That's good. Go to features, extruded boss base, and here will be 5 millimeters. And that's it. This is the bushing. Save it. This is bushing. And the next one will be the washer, which will be almost the same exact thing. A sketch in the top plane. And I'll have to select circle and make 2 circles again. This time the dimensions will be a little different. Here will not be 10, will be 12, but the other one will be the same, 6.25. Now go to features, use extruded boss base command, and here the thickness will be 1. Press OK. We'll have to save it. This will be washer. And now let's go ahead and make this assembly. We'll go back to base and let's open a new SolidWorks document, and we'll select here assembly. Press OK. And I'll have to select from here all of the parts we just made, or if you made more, you'll have to find them. If you don't have these parts right here, go ahead and browse for them and search for them where you saved them. Now with Ctrl pressed, we'll select each one of them. Okay, and then we'll have to click here once for each of them. The base, bolt, bushing, nut, pulley, shoulder screw, support, and washer. And now I will make again plain white. And now the first component you insert right here in this assembly mode, it will be fixed, like it's my base. We cannot move it. If you want to move it, right click on it and select here float. If you inserted another part, for example this one, as we can see I can move this one, I can move all of them. If you inserted it this one and you want to make it float, select right click on it and select here float instead of fixed. It's the exact same way if you want to make a part fixed. Select here fix and you cannot move it. So we'll make this one float again. Okay. Now we'll have to assemble all of these components to this base. It's very easy and very straightforward. Let's select this face for the support with this one and we'll make them coincide. Many of these commands are very simple because I already use them in a lot of my tutorials, but this is just an easy tutorial, an easy video to say like this, because I'm coming after a very long break, so I don't want to make a very complicated one from the beginning, to say like this. I don't want to make mistakes, you know. When you are recording, it's a little bit harder to focus. Okay, let's get back to the video. Now we can multiply this using two methods. First, we can mirror this on this other side, or we can, with control pressed, we can left click and drag it here and we'll make another one. Let's see where is the support. So with control pressed from your keyboard, left click and drag it here and we have another one. The other method is to find a plane on the middle of this base. Let's go to base and we have a right plane is in the middle. I don't know about that, but first we'll have to make this fixed. So to do that, wait a second. Oh, maybe I did two of them when I drag it from here. So let's delete one of these, right click on it and delete if you want to delete one. Okay, so now to make this fixed, we'll have to select these two faces from these holes and make them concentric. First that one and then this one. And select here concentric. And now this is fixed. And now, as I was saying, we have to find a plane in the middle. So it's this one, right plane. Select it and then we'll have to go to assembly, to linear component pattern. Click on this arrow and select here mirror component. The right plane is already selected from base 1, as we can see right here on the left. And then we'll have to select here the component we want to mirror, which in our case is this. Select it, press here OK, and now we have two of them. This one is also fixed. This kind of saves us the trouble to make all the mates again to fix it. So yeah, decide which one is easier for you and just stick to it. Okay, now we'll have to insert these 4 bolts inside these 4 holes. So to make 4 of them, we can either do this with mirroring again, or we can just just control press with left click and drag it here. I'm gonna make one to have 2 and then we're gonna mirror the other 2. So select this face with this one, select here concentric. We're gonna put this one in position also, and then we'll have to select this face with this one and select here coincide. I don't know why the SolidWorks is doing these things when I'm doing these mates, but yeah, anyway, let's make the same for this, so coincide. And now we can either make 2 more just dragging them out here and mating them, or we can use mirror again. So I'm gonna use mirror again, it's faster. Select here right plane, go back to assembly, linear pattern, mirror entities component, mirror components. Right plane selected, select here the components we want to mirror. This time will be this bolt and this one. Press here OK, and we have them. Now we'll have to insert this pulley in between these 2 supports right here. It's very easy to do this. First we'll have to select this face with this one and to make them concentric. Okay, and then we'll have to make sure that this is staying in between them. So to do that, we'll have to select this face with this one and with this one and with this one. To select all of these faces, you have to keep the control press from your keyboard to be able to select them. Okay, I'll have to do this again. And now it will appear this width right here, this mate. Click on it, and as we could see, the pulley moved a little bit, and now it's right in between them. That's good, it's only rotating. Now we'll have to insert this bushing on each of these two sides. So let's make one more of it. Bushing, left, control pressed, left click and drag it. And let's go ahead and make one more of these washers also, because we'll need it. That's good, now we have two of them. So select this face with this one and select here concentric, and it just went inside, we cannot see it anymore. To be able to drag it out, find it right here, bushing, no, not this one, select the other one, and we can see that we can drag it out. Now we'll select this face with this one and make them coincide. Perfect, we'll have to do the same thing on this other side. Or you can do one side, you put the bushy, you put the washer, and then you just mirror them on the other side. It will be the same thing. I think it will be actually faster, but let's do the same thing. And select these two, select here coincide. Okay, and now we'll have to put the washers. It will actually be the same thing. And now the next one. And make here concentric. Oh no, this one, we cannot see it. Let's see which one is it. It's washer 1. Drag it outside and select these two faces and make it coincide. Okay, now we'll have to insert this shoulder screw. Actually, this one was supposed to go already inside, because when you assemble this in real life, you'll have to put it on this side with washer and bushing, and then at the end you'll put, anyway. Let's make these two faces concentric, and then select this face with this one, and select here coincide. And now on this other side we only have the nut, so select this face with this one, should be concentric, and now this face from the washer with the face from the nut should coincide. And this is the tutorial for today. Thank you for watching. I know it's not very complicated. It's not for you out there that you already know SolidWorks. It's for the people at the beginning. So yes, if you have any questions or something, leave a comment and I will be glad to answer you. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.